Hi guys, this is Hanxin Zhao. From this year, my voice has been seriously silenced on the internet. Right now, I can't use my phone to post YouTube videos because the create button is not displayed. And even for most of the time, I can't connect to YouTube because of the VPN problems. These are not coincidences. I hope the public knows that some interested persons are trying their best to stop me from exposing TU Delft's PhD scandal to the public, because there is still much unrevealed. To me, I won't give up. It's not a matter of PhD degree, but a matter of justice to me and also to many other students. The demand is that the PhD supervisor, Professor Zofia Lukszo, must be investigated for her illegal and even criminal behavior. If there's no justice served, I'm sure those sufferings and the tragedies would recur on many other innocent students, especially for foreign students. From now on, I'm going to post a series of videos about the misconduct of Professor Zofia Lukszo. This video concerns fraud behavior of Professor Zofia Lukszo and the originality of my work during the PhD. I started my PhD in November 2018, working on hydrogen energy policy analysis. I'm almost the first PhD working in this field as a TPM faculty. Both supervisors are lack of expertise in this field. They try to obtain achievement in this field with the efforts of PhD students. Compared to many other students who obtain valid guidance and knowledge from supervisors, mostly I had to explore this field by myself. The first year of PhD is a trial period, where PhD students have to finish a research proposal and pass the defense of the proposal in order to continue their PhD program. When I just started my first year of PhD, the co-promoter Dr. Linda Kemp happened to be ill, and she came back a few months later after I had explored the research field and almost finished my research proposal. My research field requires mathematical background. In the second year, the promoter didn't understand my first paper and requested me to replace the mathematical model I developed in the paper with the one she suggested. I explained the reasons why her model wouldn't work. The co-promoter tried to defend for the promoter by challenging me, but she didn't even have the basic knowledge in optimization, which is a basic math course even my students have learned. With significant efforts put in my research, in the early fourth year, I had 2 papers done and the third one was in progress. So in that case, I was able to finish the PhD in regular 4 years. However, the promoter suddenly requested me to change the research line on my third paper in the year review meeting by saying that they wanted to teach me the TPM faculty perspective. However, there was no such faculty perspective, but her own request. Such kind of paper would help with promoting her own profile. I was told that I have to change, otherwise I should find other places to do my PhD. I was not funded by the supervisors nor the university. They don't have the right to change my research line, but due to the pressure, I abandoned the in-progress third paper and spent 1 actual year to produce another third paper. Supervisors just want that style of paper, but taught me nothing and had no idea about what should be doing. The new third paper was done by myself, including idea, topic selection, analysis, and the formulation of the paper. As her unreasonable request would seriously delay my PhD progress, to reduce my negative emotion and ensure my productivity, she sent a temporary supervisor, more precisely, a middle person to deal with me by monitoring and reporting my progress to her. Supervisors didn't provide any supervision until I finished the paper. Without any efforts on my paper, the co-promoter even asked for my unfinished third paper by asking the middle person to ask for that. I assume it's the promoter who requests her to do that in order to grab my work as soon as possible in case I would leave and put their names on my paper. Just a bit tired because the writing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many hours per day you are writing and studying?
At least 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's sufficient time for doing other things?
Not sufficient time because even I didn't do this writing or work, I still have these things in mind, and I still keep thinking of this.
Okay. And well, Linda, I sent a message about Linda that she wanted to have a paper or the present version.
Yeah, I sent to her.
Yeah, it's even if my son starts to send a message to you and asking, okay, can you please send this to my father? Okay, that's That's how it works in the Netherlands. It's quite normal to ask somebody else to arrange things if you happen to have contact.
But why she didn't ask me directly? Because she already contacted with me in the conference, in the mail before. So you actually sent me a mail last weekend, right? Ask for the paper. She also asked me for something like, what about the conference? So, I mean, if she wants you to ask me for paper, it would be fine that she is not available to do that at that moment. But she actually has ability to do that, but she chooses to ask someone else to do it. I think it's very weird. And because she is my supervisor, she can ask me directly. The third paper is the most valuable part of my research. The promoter actually couldn't understand my paper for a long time after I had done the paper. Later, after I further developed a mathematical model which has significantly improved the paper, she stopped my paper submission to journals. In the summer of 2023, when I wanted to change supervisors, the promoter immediately requested me to share the model details to her. And I was informed by the middle person that maybe I can graduate it without publishing the third paper. I doubt the promoter intended to grab the paper.
What is the relation?
I think it's all together. So if you look at the market structure design, is at the bottom part is the technical system, and above that is the interaction between different actors, and also government intervention, which also can be seen as a kind of institutions or policy given to the market.
Well, what can you see from here? That is a little bit adjusted from the paper of Williamson, by the figure is done by yourself?
It's from Williamson.
But he presented this, I guess, a little bit differently, and by so far I know, by okay, if it is from somebody else, adjust this scheme and removed the unrevealed hazard.
So if I only remove the unrevealed hazard on the figure, so you can see there's S above 0, but also there are
By what is S? What is S? Can you give me an example of S?
S means support.
What? Sorry, support?
Support. Yeah, there's two types of support. One is market support, and another is administrative support.
So you should to introduce that in this paper. You will investigate three governance structures, sometimes also called market structures, and then it's very clear. And these are market, hybrid, and the hierarchy.
But I want to explain that in the chapter 2, the three status, market, hybrid, and hierarchy, interpret how the market will look like, but it doesn't mean the market structure I designed will definitely correlate to these three status or these three types of government structures.
And you have later on and the hybrid structure, and that is what I don't understand.
Hybrid structure, the reason why I introduced the hybrid structure is tell the readers that the three market structure that I designed are not fixed. So that can change with different conditions.
Yeah, for me, the main problem with this paper is these how do you say it?
Market structures.
Market structures. So all of these sections in chapter 3, where do they come from? Why do you propose these? What is it based upon? Why is it a good way to do it? For me, that is really the problem in this paper. You propose a lot of things, but I cannot judge if I agree with you because I really cannot understand where it comes from.
And I says there are three basic government structure. Please refer to the figure 2.2. So I think reader can understand that.
But we have read it and we don't understand.
I think, yeah. in this case, I actually can graduate within 4 years. But I listened to them for the social impact analysis.
The 3 papers, is that really a requirement? Isn't there an exception? Maybe when you work on the thesis, and they say, okay, in this case, 3rd paper will be later, but we approve the thesis and we continue the process. That's possible. The paper requirement, maybe it exists, but I had other programs where the requirement was 2 papers in journals. So it depends a bit, maybe. But when you agree on the thesis and they are happy with it, they will make sure that you graduate. When you have the 3rd paper, you have no idea whether the thesis is okay for graduation.
What I require is not, it's very reasonable. I mean, all the PhD behave the same way. So they submit paper, then work on the thesis. I couldn't understand what's the problem with this. And the paper actually has been refined for many times. And so far, what they said, their comments on the paper actually is on very small things. It's actually, the reviewer will not reject the paper because it's small things.
Okay, I don't know the paper too good. Well, my point is, if Zofia disagrees, it is useless of going against her recommendation.
The 3rd paper is the most valuable part of my PhD research. What happened next was that she forced me to stop submitting this paper to journals, meanwhile trying to get important academic results of this paper by promising me that she would prove my thesis in 2 or 3 weeks. But after obtaining my important academic results and full version of PhD thesis, she decided to terminate my PhD for failing to reach her graduation requirement and request the university not to give me any chance, for example, changing supervisors. The whole process turned out to be a fraud.